Hello everyone. Good morning or good afternoon as per respective time zones. On behalf of the entire Managed Master Services team, we would like to welcome you all to the 24B Talent and OLC Advisory webinar session. This important session is to keep you fully synchronized with the new features and functionalities as part of this quarter release that Oracle provides. My name is Sachin Mishra and I'm an CMS Operations Executive at Mastek Managed Services team. So today I'm your host for the sessions, and I'm glad to introduce my colleague Fanil Shah, who is an SCM expert and part of our vast SCM team at Mastek. Today he will take us through all the talent and OLC updates for 24B quarter release. This session is planned for around 45 to 60 minutes, and we'll make sure that we also spare some time to answer all your questions that you may have. We also have a panelist available, Nisi Pratyusha, so you can ask any questions through chat or question panel. Before we move to the agenda, let's have a quick look at the important disclaimer. We would like to convey you our approach towards the Oracle updates in a very simpler method. We will be taking us through vital analysis for the 24B updates done by our experts, which will help you incorporating new features and updates easily into the system. Also, we will sync you on any bugs, known issues if there are any. It's good to have an interactive session, so please do ask questions through chat or question panel. We will answer them at the end of the session. And in case if we run out of time, we will make sure to respond you back by connecting with the latest stage to answer all your questions. So list of new features coming into 24B. Detailing on features so you get brief understanding on what new features are all about. Next one is what are the business benefits and the important takeaway for you as a decision maker. So there are four components which we have done in-depth analysis of feature, which we are going to present to you. The first one is impact level analysis, which demonstrate the impact on the end user. If it is low impact, then regression testing can be avoided. But if it is high, then we need to opt for regression testing. Second one is which we all aware that there are some features which are by default auto-enabled by Oracle, and there are some which we need to opt for. Third one highlights the nature of the issue. There would be certain configurations which may be required, or some can be used without any changes. The last one is quick win. This term we use to simplify convey that what is ready to use by investing minimum amount of time and what requires significant amount of time and efforts to make use of these features. With this, I'm handing over to my colleague Fanil Shah. Fanil Shah, please unmute yourself and all the best. The stage is yours.
Thanks, Sachin. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Let's get started. Okay, so today we are going to look from a bird eye point of view 37 new features which has came up with 24B, both for learning and talent management. So let's get started with the legends over here. So you can see 8 and 7, which adds up to 15 are quick wins for us, and also 22 remaining are opt-ins, which we need to enable them. Let's see from a deeper side that how these features are segregated. If we see from left to right, default with configuration, these are the quick wins which requires a bit of configuration. The next one, quick wins default with no configuration, no configurations are required, so it's enabled by default. Then we have quick wins opt-ins, where we can opt in to make this feature available for us, and the rest of them are categorized for the rest of the features. So it's a combination basically of with configuration and also need to be enabled. So that's how these are the four main categories which we have defined. And now we'll start with the learning cloud, going into the detail of each and every feature that has been provided with 24B. So let's get rolling. The first one, related skills and qualification. So skills and qualification can now be added to learning outcomes, which can make it easier for all our end users to browse them and search them easily into the system. So that's the feature. And if we see the impact analysis of the same, it's having a low impact, it needs to be enabled, no configurations are required, and yes, thus it's a quick win for us. So that's the feature that we have. Moving to the next one, we have enrollment details compact header. So it's an enhancement in the UI to show key assignment summary details, and it's only available for Redwood pages. And as such, we have moved for the learn specifically to Redwood. It is coming as a feature with us. And having a low impact level, we just need to enable it. No configurations are required, and yes, thus it's a quick win. So that's the feature. Moving to the next one, enrollment details improvements for selected offerings. So again, an UI enhancement on enrollment details page to improvise our learners experience. So you can see on the screen as well that how seamlessly accepting or declining a seat, those type of examples are there directly on the enrollment page, and which makes a very good user experience. Impact level, again, it's low, need to be enabled, no, because it's by default, no configuration required, so it's directly available to us, and it's a quick win for us. Moving to the next one, assign learning to direct and indirect reports. So feature of responsive UI now available also on Redwood, which makes it easier for our managers to assign learning to their team members very easily. And not to forget that it's based on the line manager hierarchy. So again, low impact level, we need to enable it, no configurations required, and yes, thus it's a quick win. Streamlined manager experience for assigning offerings. So it is giving flexibility to managers to assign offerings to their team along with learning item, we can say, on same page, and it has a very good user experience improvement. So that's the feature, and which is having low impact level. We need to enable it, no configuration specifically required, and yes, thus it's a quick win for us. Moving to the next one, team learning enhancements. Actions are now available on my team learning page instead of going into enrollment details page. Previously we were struggling with going into the each of the enrollment details page and plugging and playing around for each of the actions for each of the employees. Now it has been given directly on the my team learning page. So this is again a very good enhancement which comes up with the Redwood UI feature. So that's it for us. Impact level is again low. We need to enable it. No configurations required. And yes, it's a quick win. Moving to the next one, download learning assignment details from team learning. So managers can basically now easily download their team learning details in an Excel and analyze them according to their needs. They can filter, they can pivot it, they can summarize the details and do much more things. So that is a very good feature which has came up with the impact level being low. We don't need to enable, no configurations required, and yes, it's definitely a quick win for us. Moving to the next one, control access to learning assignment mass actions. So using certain security privileges which has been enabled now in 24B, it is also possible to restrict specific mass actions instead of all, which was given by default to all the learning administrators. So the mass actions can also now be restricted, making it a bit more secure from the administrator point of view as well. The privileges are already listed on the screen. You can of course refer it later as well, which is having a low impact level. It needs to be enabled. No configurations are required, and yes, thus it's a quick win for us. Moving to the next one, instructor and classroom availability. A Learn administrator can now check instructor and classroom availability on Redwood Learning Resources page. So this page, of course, comes up with the Redwood UI, and on the same page we can check the availability, which makes it very easier and have a very good user seamless experience. Impact level again is low. We need to enable it. Yes, configuration is also required, and yes, that's the reason it's not a quick win. Moving to the next one, Zoom Classroom provided recordings and notifications. Again, a very interesting feature. We can now automatically retrieve Zoom recordings from instructed layer offerings and activities. So it saves a lot of time and can be also reviewed later by the end users. So that is the feature which is having a low impact level. We need to enable and also configure it. So that is why it is not a quick win for us. Then the next we have is recommend learning for position profile gaps. Automatic recommendation of learning item is now possible based on gaps between employee's current position and position profile tagged to the same position. So basically the profile and position gets compared and automatic recommendation of learning items happens. And that is a very good business case scenario which we can have for our learning module, and it can help us in a fast way. Impact level again for the same is low. We need to enable it, no configurations required, and yes, it's a quick win. Moving ahead with the next feature, translation advisor for learning. With this feature, we can get translation suggestions for learning item title, a short description, which adds great value for our end users. So all the APIs are available which can be utilized and consumed. With an impact level of low, we need to enable it. Configuration is also required. That is why it's not a quick win, but also a very great feature. Moving on to delete and reconcile sections and activities using HCM data loader. Now we can easily delete or reconcile sections and activities in an offering or specialization with HDL. Saves a lot of time and effort for us, and that is the reason it's having a low impact level. We don't need to enable it, no configuration required, and yes, it's a quick win for us. So it comes straight away with 24B. Moving to the next one, reports, an interesting area where Oracle has quite a lot updated it. So more reports have been added, which makes it easier for us to do analysis across the learning module. And it helps also in analyzing and reporting tools from other aspects areas as well, where we can club other subject areas and also provide a better results and output out of it. So impact level is low. We need to enable no configurations required, and yes, it's a quick win for us. Now we'll move to the updates on the talent side of it. That was it from the learn side. Let's get rolling on the talent side as well. Redwood extend goal support. So extension of performance goal is now possible in our Redwood Goal Center. Also, it's easier communication between managers and employees. That is where the extension of goal support comes into the picture. In goal management, with an impact level of low, we have to enable it, no configuration specifically required, and thus it's a quick win for us. Moving on to the next one, role-based performance goal approvals. For any performance goal updates, be it addition or updation, role-based approvals can be set to support business needs. So role-based configurations on approvals is also possible with this feature, and that's how the impact level would set to low. We just need to enable it, no specific configurations required, and thus it's a quick win for us. Moving on to the next one, Redwood Enhanced Performance Goal Notification. With this new feature, various notifications are available and can easily be set up to keep everyone informed about relevant activities on performance goal plans. These notifications are also, as we can see on the screen, are more intuitive, and whenever a transaction happens, these notifications trigger, and which completes the end-to-end mechanism between the transaction who initiated it and who is going to get affected by it. So informative transactions notifications are enabled with impact level of low. We need to enable it, yes, no configuration specifically required, and it's a quick win thus for us. Moving on to the next one, Redwood measurable task for performance goals. For tracking of goals in Redwood UI, unit of measure, target criteria, target value, like parameters are now available, which makes it very easy for business. Initially, it was only there in the responsive UI. Now it has now come up with Redwood UI also. So again, a Redwood enablement has been done by Oracle. So with an impact level of low, we just need to enable it. No configuration specifically required, and thus it's a quick win for us. Moving on, submitting individual performance goals for approval. So goals can be handled individually in performance goal plan, which enhances the usability of goal approval. So each of the goal inside a goal plan can be treated differently, and that is how we can utilize goal approval plans as well in a much more uh, appropriate way. With an impact level of low, we just need to enable it. No configurations are required, and yes, it's a quick win for us. Moving on to the next one, automated synchronization of linked job and position profiles, a very important feature, I would say. So with this latest feature, job and position profiles can automatically be synced, making it very easy to maintain for profile administrators. As we can see already, it's having an impact level of high. We need to enable it. Yes, we also need to configure it, and definitely that is not a quick win for us. So this is also a very important feature to be considered. Moving on to the next one, support for licenses and certifications validation by third-party providers. So it enhances the validation of third-party credentials for licenses and certificates, which adds up to authenticity and credibility of the same. Impact level of low, we need to enable it. Yes, also configuration is required. It's not a quick win for us. Moving ahead, profile item attachments displayed to the approver in the approval notification. So supporting documents for skills and qualifications were not possible, but now they can also be attached and are also visible in the approval notification, which makes it very easier for the approver to see the related items that has been attached and take a decision on it. With an impact level of low, we don't need to enable it, no configuration specifically required, and yes, thus it's a quick win for us for 24B. Moving to the next one, Redwood experience for profile management. Rich text is now available to improve the quality, clarity, and visual appeal on textual basis of talent profiles. So specifically given for profile management, it can be more impressively built up, and that's how this feature comes in handy. With an impact level of low, we just need to enable it and configure it, and not a quick win, but a very wise feature that has been released. Moving ahead, streamlined configuration for career ambassadors. It simplifies setup for career ambassadors across career development, skill center, and connections. With an impact level of low, we just need to enable it and configure it. And of course, it's not a quick win for us. Moving ahead to the next one, development goals learning task. Development goals can have learning tasks associated with them to help them in goal achievement and also for strategic professional growth. That's a specific feature designed for career development. With an impact level of low, we just need to enable it and configure it. It's not a quick win for us. Let's get going. Measurable task for development goals. Like we saw previously for performance goals, these parameters are also present in development goals, which makes tracking and measuring much more simplified. So the criteria are right in front of us. Unit of measure, target criteria, and target value now are also available for development goals as well. With an impact level of low, we just need to enable them, no configuration specifically required, and yes, it's a quick win for us. Moving ahead, Data loader support for feedback request. Both data loader and spreadsheet loader now are available for us to bulk upload feedback request. So initially we were doing it manually. Now with this tool enablement, we will be able to load them directly also. So that saves a lot of time and efforts for us. And that's the feature with low impact level. We don't need to enable it. No configuration specifically required. And yes, it's a quick win for us. Moving ahead, auto transfer of performance documents to new managers for specific manager type. So with this new feature, we can now easily control the auto transfer of performance document to specific type of new managers in different scenarios. If you want to say that, okay, the performance document should go to a particular type like line manager or project manager or matrix manager, that is also selectable and also modifiable. So that's how the auto transfer functionality also has came up with an impact level of low. We just need to enable it. Also configuration is required, so it's not a big win for us. Moving ahead, submit specific performance documents and other enhancements in all-in-one evaluation. So the all-in-one evaluation page gives us flexibility to manage specific performance documents as per our requirement. So that is a feature with impact level of low. We don't need to enable it. No configurations are required, and it's a quick win for us directly helping us for the performance management part. Moving ahead, Redwood experience for mass action processes for performance documents admin page. So mass actions are now available on performance document page in Redwood UI, giving us a seamless experience to us as specifically as a responsive UI. So if you remember in responsive UI, we were having these mass actions possible, but it was not possible in Redwood till now. With 24B, now it is possible. With an impact level of low, we just need to enable it, no specific configuration required, and thus it's a quick win for us. So with 24B, we will also have all these actions right away on the page. Moving ahead, competencies and dynamic skills as check-in discussion topics. This feature enhances check-ins by incorporating competencies and skill-related topics into an employee's check-in document, giving us a very good enriching discussion experience in the system. So that's again for performance management part with an impact level of low. We need to enable it, no configuration specifically required. So yes, it's a quick win for us. Moving to the next one, Redwood experience for talent review. So talent review meeting configuration pages are now moved to Redwood UI. So making again a very good user experience enhancement on the UI and also available with our Redwood. So that's the setup that we need to do. Impact level is low. We just need to enable it with a small setup. No configuration required with and it's a quick win for us. Moving ahead, business title replacement in talent review. So in the talent review, Redwood talent review pages, job title has been replaced by business title, making it more consistent. Many of the pages in Redwood UI have business title, but only this page was having the job titles. Now it has been replaced with business title, so it makes it more consistent across the application because Redwood is going to take over from in the future, and that's how Oracle is planning it. This comes with a low impact level. We just need to enable it. No configuration specifically required, and yes, it's a quick win for us. Moving ahead, succession organization chart enhancements. Succession plan related pages are now available in Redwood UI, which again improves our end user experience. And this is specifically again on the Redwood side. So just a UI change and update. With an impact level of low, we just need to enable it. No configuration specifically required, and yes, it's a quick win for us. Moving ahead, business title replacement in succession management. So like we had an upgrade in talent review, succession plan and talent pool pages will also show business title in Redwood pages. So again, the the job title has now been replaced by business title. So again, having a consistent experience across different modules of talent management as well, be it succession plan, be it talent review, everywhere we would be having now business title coming in. With an impact level of low, we just need to enable it, no specific configuration required, and thus it's a quick win for us. Moving ahead, manager talent overview pages replaced with team activity center. So new Redwood team activity center is now available with 24B, where we can find all details about our team in one place along with Redwood user experience. So new user experience, everything, all details on the same page, which makes it more friendly for managers to get all the details at one go. With an impact level of low, we just need to enable it, no specific configurations required, and yes, thus it's a quick win for us. Moving ahead, reporting on profile attachments. Enhanced reporting now possible on model and person profile subject areas in addition to attachments, making it more comprehensive. Again, a very good update on the reporting side of it, where we have more attachments possibility also to be reported on both the profiles of talent, and which really helps us. With an impact level of low, we don't need to enable it, no configuration specifically required, so it's a quick win for us. That comes up with all the loaded features of 24B, both for learn and talent. On that note, I would hand it over back to Sachin. If you can take
Thank
it
you.
forward.
Thank you, Fenil, for the wonderful insights.
Yeah,
As we can see, there is some impressive features that came up in this version of quarter release. So let's quickly move towards the Q&A part now. Nisi, could you please check if we have received any questions in chat or question panel?
Hi, Sachin. There are no questions as yet.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So yeah, so one important message which we would like to convey to all that if you would like to enable Redwood pages for any of the modules, or if you need any further assistance on the Redwood pages, you can certainly write to the Mastic support managers, and they will be able to arrange the required support. Also, you will receive an email by next week wherein presentation and session recordings will be available you at a single click. So these are the upcoming sessions which you can see on the screen. Supply chain management, inventory and order management, Oracle quarterly updates on 16th of April, and benefits and compensation Oracle quarterly updates 24B. It's on the same date. So please ask your colleagues to join the sessions. And if you have any questions, please write to the Mastic CMS operations team. Official mail ID cmsoperations@mastic.com. So we are working 24/7 round the clock. So before you leave us, we would like to have a quick feedback on today's sessions through a poll. And I'm launching a poll on your screens right now. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining the sessions.